Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today this video is a little different to what I'm normally used to doing, but I have been going on a couple of pop hunts the last few weeks and I figured I'd just show you what I've got. Like I say, it's been the past few weeks, so there's a little bit of discrepancy on what I got where, but it's not completely out there. But the main aim of today was to try and, with the pops I've gone to get today, the main aim of them has been for Thor Love and Thunder pops. I actually got a few more than I actually thought I would have got. Still one pesky one that I cannot find. And there's another one that I just didn't bother buying. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I got for the past few weeks. But first, I'll show you some of the footage that I recorded while I was out and about in the wild. Due to copyright reasons and because I have no confidence, this is all voiceover. So I'm rewatching the videos and telling you what I am seeing on screen. So if I'm out at any point, that is why. Yeah, this is HMV, and as you can see, they had a lot of pop teas, which is something I've never seen in HMV before. But just showing you along here, there's some Star Wars. You had some of the Game of Thrones ones in there. More Star Wars at the bottom. I think there was some sports ones on the lower end of that aisle. Moving over here, we had I can't actually remember what I was seeing here. But then at this point, I noticed this anti-venom, and this was very tempting. This was £20, I believe. Unfortunately, they only had large and small, which would not have fit me. However, I think this would have been a worthy pop to have. But I wasn't tempted. I didn't get anything from HMV in the end. But as you can see, there's some Squid Games at the bottom. You also had some of these bigger pops. Apologies for my thumb popping in and out of these videos. They had that blue Spider-Man as well. Also Dr. Fate. Down at the bottom here, which was one that I found interesting in seeing in person, was the metallic special edition Doppelganger Spider-Man. This was very tempting. But at $19.99, I felt it was a little bit overpriced. Obviously, it's a metallic, so usually it's worth it. You got some of my sexy legs there. Also, the Zombie Red Hulk was very tempting as well, $11.99. I actually popped back into HMV afterwards, after buying my pops for today. Planning to buy it and then just sort of took myself out of it while in there. Over here we have some of the anime selection, also some Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, some Pokemon there, some of the other Marvels. You got a Hawkeye there as well. I mean, HMV is the most expensive in the UK, so it's not one that I tend to buy from all that often. We are now in another store. This one is the Entertainer. This is where I got my Thor Love and I'm telling you these pops I'm getting, and I don't want to tell you yet. But here we have these hard stack Star Wars Darth Vader. You have the Half and the Endor ones. These are quite nice to look at. And there are some decent pops. Something I don't mention later on. There's obviously Two-Face. There was Penguin, the Frost, Mr. Freeze even. I can't remember what that last one was at the bottom. But yeah, something I didn't mention in other stories that there was a Galaxy convention. Princess Leia. That was in Forbidden Planet. That would have been an interesting pickup. But I don't have any Star Wars except for Grogu. We also have some of these Funko verses. I do pick up a Wonder Woman one, I believe. And there was also a Space Jam one behind. Not something I'd normally like be interested in, but it's the first time I've ever seen those in the UK. Everywhere I've gone, I've never seen. Um, but at this point, I was just kind of looking for myself as well. That Spider-Man comic cover one, which are just £18. Also, the Thor one that I do show in a moment. They are very interesting. And I do plan to get those eventually. They also had some of these pop minis or pop keyrings. They had the Batman and Fennec from Mandalorian. There's the Thor comic cover. Moving over here, there was just a lot of commons, not a lot of too exciting to actually look at until I found ones that I was looking for. And it was at that point there that they kicked me out. So this was the last one that I had recorded. This was on Bargains, I believe, in Wolverhampton, or B&M. It was one of the other one. They didn't have many pops. There was a Star Wars there. It was the first time I'd ever seen a soda pop in one of these stores. Yeah, they had these little figures as well, which I thought were quite nice to look at. They had Angel, and some Game of Thrones ones there as well. And if all the same around the back. Also, one place I didn't show was that I also went into was Game in the Sports Direct in Wolverhampton. They had a lot of interesting ones, but they would not allow me to record. They had a Shuri Art Series one, which I'd never seen before, again in an art stack. Very tempting, but did not get it in the end. Yeah, that's the footage I was able to capture today. So I'm going to show you some of the pops that I got 2 weeks ago. There was two. These ones weren't necessarily planned to get. That hence why I didn't do the video on them. But the first one I'll show you is a Marvel pop, and it's a first appearance. There it is, Deadpool, first appearance from the 80-year anniversary. This one, again, it was one that I hadn't seen recently. I think I saw it back when I was searching for a couple of Marvel pops. Ended up getting a different Deadpool. Can't remember which one I got, but this one is no good at me. Look at 2019. This is a 2019 pop. But I figured, when I saw it, I thought, I do want a Deadpool in the collection. It's the first one since I started collecting that I've had. Part of the one that got his head rid of, unfortunately. But anyway, Deadpool pop. Very nice pop. And a good one for the Marvel collection. The next one we're going to look at is for my horror collection. So I always said that I would never buy any of these simply because there are so many of them, and if I started to buy more, that eventually I would have too many of them. Similar to kind of like how many Deadpools there are and how many Spider-Mans there are. But like I said, this is for my horror collection, and it is Pennywise with Balloon. Show you that there. Pennywise with Balloon. Now this Pennywise with Balloon is the I Heart Dairy one, and yeah, like I said, these two pops were actually in a 2 for £20 in Mankind in Birmingham. So these two weren't that expensive. Got these on a really good deal. Like I say, I wasn't planning to buy pops on that day, but those were the two that I got a couple of weeks ago. There was also one that I brought last week, which I'm going to leave till last because it's a big one, and I got it for an absolute steal. But I'm going to show you the ones that we got today, and these two are connected, so I'm going to show you them both at the same time. And like I say, these were the ones that I've been searching for quite some time. I have seen online that they're not actually meant to or due to come out until around about August 23rd in the UK. At least at Smith's, that's when they're planning to get it, between August 23rd and September 15th or something like that. So I was quite shocked to see these two. But still, the big guy that we can't get. But these are the two that I was able to get. Valkyrie and Korg. Thor is a hell of a problem to get. I actually have the Mighty Thor Jane Foster Pop in a Box exclusive on the way. So, you know, it is literally just Thor. I keep seeing Meek. Is it Meek? Korg and Meek? Meek? Sounds like Meek. I've seen that one quite a bit, and I've seen a lot of them. But it's just not one that interests me all that much. Maybe once I get like Thor, and maybe then I'll want to complete the collection, because it is literally the last one, because I've already got a Gore. I would like the other Gore as well, the Pop in a Box exclusive, I believe that is as well. But anyway, these two, you know, solo priced at £11 each, so not too crazy there. So those are the ones I got today. And when I say today, as of when this video was going out. But the big one, the one that surprised me when I found it, because when I say surprised me when I found it, it was the price that surprised me. Because I've seen this one so much, wanted to get it ever since I've seen it. And I've always been put off by the price, because it's a £30 pop, and I was able to get it for $19.99. And when I saw that price, my initial thought was, well, the box is smashed in, or there's a bit of issues, you know. But looking around at the box, it's near mint condition. But this is a hell of a pop. And I'm so glad to have got it, and it is another Iron Man. It is Iron Man 2 Deluxe. This is a glow in the dark PX previews exclusive. This one, you know, it's Iron Man with gantry is what it is. This is a hell of a pop, and it's one that I absolutely love. That I'm adding it to the collection. I love that, you know, you can see the wind, like the window is all the way through, and to get this for £20 is an absolute steal. Just to show you the back there as well. But yeah, so yeah, they're all the pops that I've got to showcase to you today. As I say, I've got a Mighty Thor, which is the Jane Foster Thor, on the way. So eventually, I might do a short, just giving you a little bit of an explanation. But there was also something else I wanted to tell you from today. There was a lot of pops I was tempted to buy today, and could have easily spent a lot of money. They had a Marty McFly from the 1955 Marty McFly. I have never seen a Marty McFly in real life, except for from Comic Cons. So it was nice to see that out in the wild. I almost brought that one. Again, $11.99. I know that one's probably the cheapest one of that set, but it was just nice to see in person. They also had a new Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs, where he's in the blue jumpsuit, with a knife in his hand and a fork in his hand. Again, one that I might have picked up in the past to complete a horror collection, but now I'm a little bit more particular about what I pick up and which ones I pick up. Don't get me wrong, I do want an Hannibal Lecter, but I do not want that one. I want the white with the blood around his mouth, or I want him in that sort of wheelie thing that they get when they take him out of the prison. But they did have some San Diego Comic Con exclusives, i.e. the Sonic first appearance gold, yellow. Very tempted to pick that up. They also had Kang. They had some of the Demon Hunter and the My Hero Academia ones as well. So those ones were nice to see. I'm glad I didn't see the American Jarvis. I don't know why I go to see it. I always go to see American Jarvis. but it's America. Yeah, they are. I'm glad I didn't have the America Chavez because I would have been guilt tripped into buying that. There was also the Hugsy that I would have been tempted to get as well. That one wouldn't have been for my collection. That would have been for my sister's collection, Becky. So, but luckily I didn't see those ones because, as I say, but I was very tempted by the Sonic and the Kang. So they're the ones that they have at Forbidden Planet in Wolverhampton. If you want to go and check those out, as I say, Forbidden Planet were very funny about me recording. As soon as I got my phone out, they were like jumping on me saying, "No, you can't do that." HMV were fine with it. Entertainer, I got most of it, except for they did come over and say, "Look, you can't record." But I got most of that. The only things I want to point out with the Entertainer is they had a big section for Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. They had Clary Flair and the T-Rex. And they also had a couple of other ones, some of which you did see in the video. So yeah, they're the ones that I couldn't record in and could record in. But those ones were just for today, for Friday. But anyway, that is all I've got for you today. This is what the channel is going to be more of nowadays. A lot more about Funko Pops and my collections and stuff like that. Comic Con coming up in December. That's going to be a hell of a video. I'm going to be pop hunting the whole time I'm there. My dad's might go for some people to meet. And it's going to be my sister's first Comic Con, so I may miss out on a few pops simply because she's not going to really know prices and that. I'm going to have to concentrate a lot more on making sure she doesn't buy any pops that maybe are over expensive, because Comic Con always up those prices. Like I say, the Gorilla Grodd, I got that for what, £30, and it's worth what, 28 or something like that. So they up the prices sometimes slightly, sometimes over the top. But anyway, that's my video today. Join me again sometime next week, hopefully, for another video, whether it be a Funko Pop hunt in a different location. As I say, some of the places I've been, like the first two were Birmingham, and the rest were all Wolverhampton. Like I say, this is over 2 weeks, so this is a pop hunt that I haven't done in one day. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. I may have a gaming video out at this point. Will probably be Fall Guys. And not looking to start a new game yet for a full gameplay of the whole game, simply because it's a lot of strenuous and it's keeping up with it and things like that, and no one has time for that anymore. Also, I should have videos out on the MCU as well coming up. Also, I'm working on a PS5 Spider-Man suits from Marvel's Spider-Man. Currently trying to 100% the game and get every single suit, just so I can tell you my thoughts on all of those suits. But anyway, that's today's video. I'm Scrivo. This has been Scrivosphere. I thank you all for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. The usual, like, comment, subscribe, share it out there, and let people know what I have seen in Wolverhampton recently, like with the Forbidden Planets and that. But like I say, I'll see you soon, guys. Goodbye.